So this is about rebuilding the C4, and I'll talk about what year and all that. I had this TV in a closet that I haven't used since I bought it, since I moved here 7 years ago. Had a DVD player. So here's the CD that I bought. I don't know if I showed it before. I mean DVD. That's all I'm going to show in this video.
The components were enlarged, made beefier, a little better durability.
Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to rebuild this Ford C4 dual range 1964 transmission out of my 64 Galaxie 289. If you see, after watching this video, I know I can rebuild it. It's really simple. It's really only that big. If your torque converter is in all the way, you should have a little bit of clearance right there. Also, the bell housing, and the pump are the same bolt, so we do not want to take the bell housing off yet. We just want to flip it over. Again, I'm going to keep track of everything, so I'm going to put these in a bag. Valve. So that's 8. This one's longer. So when you lift this off, we'll talk about this later, but that needs to go on the same way. Here's one of the bands. You always hear about bands, okay? Here's one of the bands, and there's another one right here. And by the way, this is the shift linkage, and this other piece down here is the downshift. What we're going to be doing is the end plate is going to be in here. Adjust it. There's no real place to put a magnetic gauge down here, so you just loosen that. Do it one more time. Now push this in again. So I'm going to be prying right here. 51, consistent. The end plate should be 8 to 42, so I'm 9 thousandths over that. The input chopped out. Take a look at it. Fingernail looks good. Looking at the splines, I don't see any bent or twisted splines. You notice they're both the same. It might be different on a different transmission. Now I'm going to take the band adjustment bolts out. This is, again, I'm looking at the book. This is intermediate, which I guess is second. And this is reverse first, I think. So, 3/4. Turn this transmission. Okay, I want to take a comes. Again, keep these together. By the way, I don't know if this washer fell out. This is I think this is where one of the reasons my transmission was leaking on the floor. Because I don't want this place all jammed up. And then we're going to go ahead and take off the bell housing and the pump. I even went out and bought a plastic hammer. Put that aside. Yeah, there should be a thrust washer in here. So I'm just going to set that right there. Now the pump housing should come out right now. We're going to look at that. So, my understanding also is the clutches are inside here, okay? But we're not going to mess with that right now because we got to take this whole thing apart. Another set of planetary gears. This looks like it's new. Another thrust washer. There we go. Now what I told next is that this whole thing in here is gonna all explode, kind of. There's a bunch of little springs. time the copper side is this way. This goes like that, like that. This one's broken. I wonder if the kit came with these. It should, but I doubt it. The rebuild kit. Again, I'm doing this for me and anybody that's interested. Cage bearings. Gonna have to try to find that piece though. So we took the snap ring off before. This should come out. It's got more of those piston ring type things. Going 2 holes right there. That's how it should look. This end goes up. Another thrust washer right here. There's a spring here. This is the return cooler line. It feeds into this bearing sleeve. Well, I think I will take this modulator off. I get a wrench in there. I'm gonna have to make a special. I'm gonna have to grind down a wrench. Let's see if it fits. Between 3/16 and a quarter. There should be a pin in here, or like a nail. The guy that I bought this car from said that he replaces. I'm just. Oh, there it is. But this valve should come out, so that might be part of my problem. Tastes like chapstick. So somehow I gotta get that out of here. coming. Okay, so let's see how it goes in. I'm gonna lose it. So, future me, it goes in. This part goes down. Some junk on here. I think I'm pretty sure that any valves should be able to just go right in. Easy. Just set this aside. So this is the low reverse servo. Again, this is the one that has the tack. This is towards the back of the car. This is the front. So if you remember, so low reverse servo. Again, this is a spring in it. Should be able to hold it back with my thumb. I don't see any top or bottom. Bunch of grease right here. There's a washer. It's pretty. I think this has to be replaced as a whole. If it's bad, and I'm not sure how to tell. Anyway, come out like that. Again, just if you see anything bad, just like the spring, is it pitted? Is it rusted? Is it just looks okay? But in here, look at this. This is the first mess I've seen like this. So, 60 years of garbage. That's a guess. I'm just going to check the seal. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing yet, but I'll figure it out when I assemble. I just wanted to see how tight this rubber seal was. It's pretty good. But that doesn't mean it's good. Hear that? This must be the forward servo. Again, I don't understand how a servo works, but it's hydraulic, we know that. Oh, by the way, there should be numbers. Let me see. I've heard that there might be a number on here, but there isn't. Like A, B, C, D. Well, this one doesn't have anything. Okay, let's go spring in it. Stronger spring. Grease pouring out. So this is definitely a bigger spring. Look at that junk. It's got a rubber seal. This rubber seal look at the junk in here if you can see it. I'm going to zoom in. Look at this stuff. That's pretty amazing. I mean, that's probably years and years and years and years. Just gonna try to keep it in one piece so I can remember that there was a gasket here. You don't go back and watch your videos because it's hard to find a spot where you're looking unless you're really in trouble. But if you got nothing, you can't go back. So there's a passage here too. I'm not sure what that means either. I guess the fluid comes through that little hole. I don't know if you can see it. And through here somehow. Like up. It's not really pitted, it's just a buildup of thick junk. I think this is aluminum, so yeah, you know how on a motorcycle or car, aluminum gets weird stuff. Anyway, just keep taking things apart. Almost done. If I write him emails, he will reply to me. So I'm going to take a picture of this. And I'm going to say, do you know what that is? Because I don't know. Now, I bought this. Another thing I want to say is I bought this shift kit at the local transmission shop. I've dealt with this guy before. So there's no thrush washers in here, but if you remember in the beginning, or near the beginning, I had .51 end play. If you go back in the book somewhere, it's supposed to be 08 to 42. So I believe, and they show this, selective washers number 1, washers number 2. And the reason I keep using that term is because he used it, but if you look here, they're actually numbered. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But anyway, according to him, this is the only one that's going to set the thrust on this particular transmission. So getting back to what I'm saying, what I do with the thrust washer, I had 51. It needs to be, you know, 08 is like perfect, and 42 is like, you better do something. Well, I had 51. So I think I need to get a thicker washer, a thicker thrust washer, to get it down. So in a minute, I'm gonna measure that thrust washer with the calipers, and I think, so basically, this is just talking off the top of my head. If it's 51 and I want to go down to, let's say, 20, I got to add like 20 more to the thrust washer, or 30. So that would mean I would need a different thrust washer. Now, again, they call it selective. I don't know what that means. I guess you can change it. But here's thrust washer number 1. Here's thrust washer number 2. They both need to be replaced. In the video, he showed me how to do it, and I can't explain it until I get there. But it's something like you put this drum or whatever it is, and then you slip in. Get this off of here. I think you take this off. So the way I'm going to clean this, it'd be better to dip in a tank, like I was saying. But I don't have a tank, and I don't want to go buy a 5-gallon bucket of that stuff. I mean, I should, but I'm not gonna. So I'm just gonna, well, let's just pick one. There's no reason to do all this. Okay, it's coming out of the hole, right? I'm just gonna go around and do every hole with these little brushes. There's a bunch of different brushes down here. So turning this, let's do that again. It's coming out. sure. Got my safety glasses on. I forgot my earphones or ear goggles. And I don't want to leave the pressure washer on, so everything I need to pressure wash is done.